students, let's start with the unit number 3 of professional ethics. So in this chapter, we will learn about ethical dilemmas. Okay, what do you mean by ethical dilemmas? Okay, what is the sources and their resolutions, right? So what do you mean by ethical dilemma? Its sources and their resolutions. Okay, so topic to be covered in this session. What is an ethical dilemma? Sources of ethical behavior. Okay, so let's start with the understand of what is an ethical dilemma. Okay, an ethical dilemma or ethical paradox is a decision making problem between two possible moral imperatives, neither of which is unambiguously acceptable or preferable. Okay, so in that, then ethical dilemma is a conflict between two alternatives. Choosing any of them will lead to compromise of some ethical principles and lead to be an ethical violations. Okay, so in that, the dilemma is that the situations in which difficult choice has to be made between two courses of action. Any two actions, okay, either of which is entails transgressing a moral principles. So confusion or conflict between two choices. Okay, it's called the dilemma. So there is a conflict between values or principles. The dilemma is that you would be doing something right and wrong at the same time. So, and by taking one right courses, you will be neglect the other right courses. Okay. So, dilemma is that the confusion between two choices. Okay. Next is the example of ethical dilemma. So let's understand the dilemma with its example. Okay. So some examples of ethical dilemma includes taking credit for others' work. Okay. Next one is offering a client a worse product for you own profit, right? And utilize inside knowledge for you own profit. Okay. The next example is that your friend is on her way out of the house for a date, right? And ask you if you like her dress. Do you tell her truth or do you tell or do you keep mum? Okay. Next example is at a restaurant you see the friend's wife engaged in some serious flirting with another man. Okay, so do you tell your friend and arrange his marriage or do you pretend your neighbor saw that? Okay, colleague always take credit for you and others' work. So now you have the chance to take credit for her work. Would you do it? Yes or no? Would you do it? Okay, this type of the dilemma it's called the ethical dilemma, right? You are a salesperson. Are you ethically obligated to disclose a core weakness of your product to your potential customer? Of course, no. Right? Why we tell our weakness of our product? Okay. So these are the all are the ethical dilemmas. Next is sources of ethical behavior. Okay, which type of sources are available in our professional ethics? Okay, so different sources are available in our ethics. First one is value forming institutions. Second one is value and goals. Third one is peers and colleague. Fourth one is work and career. And fifth one is professional codes. These all are the sources of our ethical behavior. Okay. So let's start with the first one, value forming institutions. Okay. So which institutions are valuable in our life? The life and the development of a society are both based upon the produced values. Okay, so there are four major institutions which provides the basic sources of values for the person and organization. First one is family, second one is school, third one is state, and fourth one is religion. These all are the value forming institutions. Okay, the basic process of value formatting by the institution is that they prescribes what is good or bad for an individual. Okay, so good behavior is rewards and bad behavior is punished. Sources of ethical behavior, right, is the second one, values and goals. So in that, there is an important relationship between the goals and values and organization. The goals of a business organization and its managers may either be explicit or implicit. Okay. Then the next one is the value are like a compass that keep as headed in desired direction or restrict from the goal. So goals are the specific ways you intend to execute your values. Leadership, integrity, knowledge and skills, immunity, influence and power and survival. So all these factors change the goals of the organization and consequently expected behavior from the individual. Next one is peers and colleagues. Okay. So sources of ethical behavior in that peers and colleagues. Okay. An individual gets clue of behavior from his peers and colleagues. Okay, he develops, applies beliefs, attitudes and values derived from the group of peers and colleagues with whom he is associated. Okay, values strengthen, protect and solidify a given group, and while departure from values may involve no immediate penalty, a sense of the estrangement may follow. Work and career, how we will work, okay, and what is our career, so depends on our ethical behavior. So work consists of the tasks or responsibilities associated with a particular job or position in an organization. Okay, so in organization this work is organized, directed, controlled and entrusted to an individual willing to become an employee through a more or less permanent association with any organization. Okay, an individual's experience over a period of time constitutes his career. Work and career create a special values that gives its own values. Okay, persons the perfectly, okay, its own values in its career. Okay, so persons performing the work and will follow those values. So for example, if in any organization, salesperson, salespeople, accountant, engineers will have a different values according to their specialty. Okay. Next one is professional code. Okay, so what do you mean by professional code? Professional code is that the by default one documents is ready for the any organization which have we can follow by the any employer. Okay, so professional codes are an increasing sources of ethical norms for managers in business organizations. So there are three types of codes available in an organization. Okay, three types of code is available in any organization. So first is the so-called company creeds or philosophies, which usually cover those basic philosophies and behavior that governs the business. Okay, whenever you governs any business, we have a professional code. Okay, for the any professional code for the any organization. Okay, second one, a code is found in company operational policies which set up a guide to excel that who have an ethical content. Okay, so such a policy guidelines may be for the various activities such as the recruitment process and selection process, selling, handling, customer complaints. So these all are the policies which is described in the professional code. How to our selection process, how to our recruitment process. Okay. Next, professional codes. Okay, so in that third people belongs to various profession. They are also governed by a code of conduct framed by the association. So such codes have to be devised by the various professional bodies like All India Management Association, Institute of Company Secretaries of India, Institute of Chartered Accountants of the India, Institute of Coast and Works Accountant of India, and so on. Okay, these all are the value forming institutions. Okay, next one is the what do you mean by ethical dilemma, right? We have understand what is the meaning of ethical dilemma, what do you mean by ethical dilemma, okay, what is the sources of ethical behavior. Next, how to resolve an ethical dilemma. Okay, ethical dilemma is arrived. Next process is resolve the ethical dilemma. How to solve the ethical dilemma. Okay, so let's start and understand with the how to resolve an ethical dilemma. What do you do when you find yourself in an ethical dilemma? Whenever you in ethical dilemma, so what should you do? Right? So how do you figure out the best path to take? Before thinking about which path is most ethical one, be sure to spell out the problem and feasible options at hand. Okay, be sure what is the problem. That problem is very perfect. Okay, not be change on it. Okay, many times our mind limits itself to be two conflicting options and does not see the presence of the third one is better options. Okay, so in that step number one, how to resolve an ethical dilemma. So in that step number one, analyze the consequence. Okay, when you have two options, considering the positive and negative consequences connected with each of those options, give you better outlook on which options is better. A small quantity of high quality good is better than a large quantity of low quality good, and a small quantity of a high quality harm is worse than a large quantity of low quantity harm. Okay, it is the analyze the consequence. So how to analyze? Okay, next step is analyze the action. How to analyze the action? Now look at those options from an entirely different perspectives. Some actions are inherently good, good telling, right? Good keeping, right? Promising, right? So while other are the bad, like theft, correction. Okay. So no matter how much good comes from these bad actions, the action will never be right. So how do your actions measure up against moral principle of honesty, fairness, and respecting the rights and the dignity of others, right? So if there is a conflict between one or more of those principles, considering the possibility of the one principles being more important for the other options, right? Next, step number 3, make a decision. How to make a decision of ethical dilemma. Okay, so each of the above approaches, step number 1 and step number 2, each of the above approaches act as a check on the limitations of other and must therefore be analyzed in combination. So they provide the basic elements that we can use in determining the ethical character of the options at hand and make process relatively easy. Okay, when you find yourself in a fix, so consider speaking to others. Your decision is fixed, your problem is fixed, then consider the speaking to others about the situations. What is the situations right now? Okay, and getting the opinion from the others. So getting the opinion of more knowledgeable persons to find the possible solutions. Okay. Then once the decision is made, okay, our decision is fixed, decision is made, then explain it to those who will be affected by your decision. Okay, next, be aware and reactive, okay, and understand to new development in that situations that may require you to make a change in your courses of action. Okay, different types of actions, right? So we will change the actions, how to change the actions and how to react in our decision. So it will also help to reflect on your past actions and consider whether there is anything you can do to prevent the dilemmas from happening again. Okay, these all are the resolving steps of the ethical dilemma. 3 steps of resolving ethical dilemma. And second one is a 10-step process for resolving ethical dilemma. Okay, 10 steps. So step number 1, identifying the problem as you see it. First of all, problem is identified, right? Then next, step number 2, get the story straight, means that the get the relevant data. Okay, gather the relevant data from your problem related to your problem. Then number 3, ask yourself if the problem is regulatory issues or process issues related to the regulatory requirement. Okay, the problem is regulatory or runtime problem, right? 4, compare the issues to a specific truth in ASA's code of ethics. Okay, ASA's code of ethics is a one type of framework of the ethics. Identify, step number 5, identify who has the power and controlling the situations. Okay. Then step number 6, identify what is in your control and what is not, right? Then next, step number 7, identify your resources, which resource you have, okay, which resource you do not have. So this can be a supervisor, specially education director, or colleagues. Ask yourself if you need more information, clarification, or ideas from others who have had a similar problem. Okay. Then step number 8, make a list of possible actions. One, make our list with possible solutions. Okay, possible actions, and their positive and negative consequences also you list out. Okay. Then step number 9, make a plan that you can defend professionally and ethically and that meets the requirement of the regulations. The last one is the step number 10, is take action and evaluate your plan as you proceed. Okay, in the last step, you have to take actions and evaluate your plans and process start. These all are this 10-step process of resolving ethical issues. Okay. So today's session is completed. Next topic to be covered in the next session. Thank you.